Welcome to the Sire 2.0 inspection program and to the first in a series of guidance modules which have been developed by OCIMF to guide the industry throughout the transition from VIQ 7 to Sire 2.0. Launched in 1993, the OCIMF Ship Inspection Report Program, Sire, has governed over 180,000 inspection reports and has made a significant contribution to improving overall safety within the maritime industry. As the industry continues to evolve, its risk profile changes, and with sophisticated risk measurement and management tools now available, OCIMF is strengthening the Sire program to ensure it continues to remain relevant and effective for today and the future. OCIMF has developed an enhanced risk-based vessel inspection program, Sire 2.0, that will replace the existing Sire program. Sire 2.0 inspections will provide OCIMF members and program recipients with more accurate information to enable them to make better judgments on quality and likely future performance of a vessel. Over time, the principles of Sire 2.0 will be introduced in all of OCIMF's inspection programs, including the inspection program for barges, Sire Cat 3, and the program for offshore vessels, the Offshore Vessel Inspection Database, OVID. In this module, we will explain the reasons behind the need for change from the existing VIQ 7 inspections to the Sire 2.0 system. This will bring about the step change that we hope will push the industry towards OCIMF's vision of an industry that causes no harm to people or the environment. We will discuss the 4 key areas of focus and the goal of an enhanced and risk-based vessel inspection program. A brief overview of the Sire 2.0 question set, as well as a review of the inspection process, will be provided towards the end of this video. The need for change between VIQ 7 and Sire 2.0 were influenced by the following factors. 1. Feedback from the industry relating to the effectiveness of the Sire VIQ 7 program. 2. Many of the questions within the existing VIQ 7 related to hardware. 3. Causes of incidents were not always related to hardware, but to human interaction with the hardware. The human element aspect of Sire 2.0 will be covered in more detail in their respective modules. 4. Concerns were identified under the VIQ 7 process that it contains too many questions, and that questions were not targeted or focused on specific higher risk areas. Often questions in a VIQ 7 inspection were not completed accurately, and too many were answered as not applicable. 5. Critical operations were not able to be given repeatable coverage. Time management was not always consistent, with some inspectors completing an inspection in 6 hours and some in 14 hours on vessels of a comparable size. Sire 2.0, a step change. As we mentioned earlier, Sire was launched in 1993 and has governed over 180,000 inspection reports. As a result, Sire has made a significant contribution to improving the overall safety record of our industry and has received industry-wide acceptance and participation by OCIMF members, program recipients, and by ship operators. The current Sire inspection program has concentrated on facilities, equipment, and management systems. Sire 2.0 introduces a third element to the inspection program: human factors. As you progress through these modules, you will see that human factors is identified as a significant root cause of incidents, and going forward with Sire 2.0, this will be an element that is identified within observations, along with hardware and process aspects. OCIMF's vision is that this addition of human factors in all its activities will further improve safety and reduce incidents. Let's look at the need for this change. In this transition from VIQ 7 to Sire 2.0, the following key areas were identified and will be addressed, with the aim of an overall reduction in the number of incidents. 1. The need to focus more on significant risks. 2. The need to link Sire with TMSA objectives and KPIs. 3. The need to respond to technological and regulatory changes. 4. The need to streamline the overall process. 5. The need for inclusion of human factors in the risk-based approach. 6. The need to enhance governance control. These changes will be delivered via the Sire 2.0 inspection program. The strategic goals and objectives that the Sire 2.0 program aims to deliver on are identified by the following 4 key focus areas. Accuracy. Facilitating an accurate description of how key safety and operational risks are managed and verified on board a vessel. Capability. The training and development of inspectors who are of the highest quality, consistency and integrity. Reliability. A strengthening of vessel inspections and reducing the number of repeat inspections required. Adaptability. A more rapid response to human factors, industry changes, regulatory framework updates, and technology advances. So how are we going to achieve these goals? Enhanced inspection criteria on equipment, procedures, and human factors to further improve control over vessel safety systems and processes. Enhanced pre-inspection processes and more robust monitoring protocols on the inspection process will be included. Significant enhancements to training and continuing development of inspectors to ensure the highest standard of delivery is maintained and improved. A more comprehensive inspection regime with enhanced tools, strengthened governance processes, and more in-depth reporting outcomes following a risk-based approach. Updated policies, procedures, and user guidance housed in an online process documentation library. An enhanced governance process to provide greater transparency and control for all parties involved in the program, either directly or indirectly, and the adoption of rules that are enforceable and verifiable by OCIMF. The use of web-enabled tablet devices to allow inspections and feedback to be reported and documented in real time, and to allow inspections to be completed more efficiently with the adoption of a comprehensive yet standardized reporting format. The question set development and review process has been conducted over a 5-year period and has involved numerous stages of approval that has included 1. A review by the Inspection Working Group. 2. A review by subject matter experts made up of members, auditors and inspectors. 3. A review by the Human Factors Committee. 4. A review by the Legal Committee. 5. A review by OCIMF members. 6. A review by industry representatives. The final compilation and publication were done only after these 6 reviews were completed. Now let us go through an overview of the inspection process. The inspection request and validation. All inspection requests will be made through the OCIMF portal. Requests will be validated against the program's rules to ensure that only compliant and qualified inspectors are nominated. The pre-inspection preparation. The inspection template will be populated prior to the inspection from sources of information including vessel particulars, certificates, pre-inspection questionnaire, past inspection observations, port state control data, incident data, relevant photographs and plans. This information will also be available to the inspector before they board the vessel. The Risk-Based Vessel Inspection Questionnaire. A bespoke risk-based vessel inspection questionnaire will be generated. Questions will be of 4 types. Core. These are the minimum questions required to meet the members' fundamental risk assessment criteria. Rotational. These are all those non-core questions that are included in the questionnaire over a defined period. Conditional. These are specific questions that are included based on the data available for the vessel, the operator, or the ship type. Campaign. These are questions that cover areas of specific focus identified by OCIMF or its membership and will be included in all questionnaires over a limited time period. The inspector's preparation. The inspector will review and analyze the data provided on the vessel in advance of the inspection. Executing the inspection. All inspections will be carried out using a tablet device that is fully compliant for use on board all vessel types. The use of the tablet will improve the overall quality of the inspection report and resulting marine assurance data, facilitate the expanded inspection template, and support the delivery of the 4-tier question set. provide photographic verification to support the findings. Allow tracking, auto-logging of start and finish times, and auto-submission of inspection reports. The inspection report. When giving a non-compliant observation, the tablet will automatically open an editor that allows a granular assessment of the observations, including a breakdown by equipment, procedures, and human factors. Each inspector will be given the opportunity to assess observations against grades of yes when providing positive observations. That concludes this video. We have looked at the reasons behind the need for change from the existing VIQ7 inspections to the Sire 2.0 system, and we have detailed the 4 key areas of focus and the goal of an enhanced and risk-based vessel inspection program. Thank you for watching. Welcome to the Sire 2.0 inspection program and to the second module in this series of short videos. In this module, we will cover the different components of a Sire 2.0 inspection to give you a greater insight into the Sire 2.0 inspection process, including the benefits that the Sire 2.0 inspection process will bring to the industry, the main differences between the present VIQ7 inspection process and the new Sire 2.0 inspection. Each inspection will have a bespoke question set. We will look at the way the questions are compiled and allocated to an inspection based on information supplied by the operator of the vessel, the structure of the questions, and the way that the hardware, process, and human elements of the questions are to be answered, going away from the traditional binary yes-no answers and introducing the concept of a graduated response and the addition of photograph validation questions, the contents of the negative observation module, and an insight into the subject of concern and nature of concern. And finally, we will look at the information that will be supplied by the operator to enable accurate compilation of the question set. The OCIMF Enhanced Vessel Inspection Program will focus on improving and strengthening vessel inspections by implementing a number of initiatives, including a bespoke, ship-specific set of questions for each vessel inspection called the Compiled Vessel Inspection Questionnaire, CVIQ, with all questions applicable to the type of vessel and cargo. Questions answered from a separate hardware, process, human factor, and photographic perspective. An observation rank of positive, neutral, or negative within Sire 2.0. The term observation, therefore, means any response entered in a response tool. The opportunity for inspectors to assess and write observations using grades of yes. When writing an observation on non-compliant situations, the editor will allow the inspector to write a granular assessment of the observation, including a breakdown by equipment, procedures, and human factors. Detailed and codified negative observations, allowing for systematic comparison and data mining across inspection, vessel, and fleet. The ability for the reader of the final report to assess the physical and cosmetic condition of the vessel being inspected, rather than the inspector attempting to make a subjective evaluation of condition during the inspection. This is the primary intention of the photographic question set. A standard set of photographs required to be provided by the operator, which are made available to the inspector prior to the Sire 2.0 inspection. Information received from the operator is integrated into the system prior to the compilation of the CVIQ. Now let us look at the main differences between VIQ7 and Sire 2.0. Included questions. The VIQ7 inspection had a fixed question set for the type of vessel and variant that was selected, with question sets comprised of approximately 300 to 400 questions. Many of these questions were answered as not seen or not applicable, thus adding no value to the end report. The number of questions in a Sire 2.0 CVIQ question set has been significantly reduced, with questions included according to the risk that they address. All question sets are compiled based on the data provided by operators in the harmonized VPQ, HVPQ, and the pre-inspection questionnaire, PIQ. This removes the need for the not applicable, NA, and the not seen, NS responses in a report. Structure of the question's answer options. All questions in a VIQ-7 inspection required a simple yes-no binary response, with supplementary options for not applicable, NA, or not seen, NS. The Sire 2.0 inspection has moved away from the existing VIQ-7 question styles, with questions that now require graded responses for hardware, process, and the human factor elements of each question. The inspection also requires the inspector to validate photographs submitted by the operator. Negative observations. Observations made under VIQ-7 inspections are comprised of free text only, with no option for the inspector to provide media content. Sire 2.0 observations identify a subject of concern and nature of concern, and have a photographic evidence function to support question responses. Data provided by vessel operator. In addition to the information provided in the HVPQ, the crew matrix, the PSC, and incident databases, Sire 2.0 includes the standard set of vessel photographs and pre-populates inspection questions from PIQ information. So, what questions are included in the inspection? A bespoke question set is created for each Sire 2.0 inspection and requires the vessel operator to provide information by the following means: the PIQ, the pre-inspection questionnaire; the HVPQ, the Harmonized Vessel Particulars Questionnaire; a standard set of photographs; certificates from a defined list; an inspection declaration, where the operator confirms that all data, photographs, and certificates provided are accurate, complete, and are in accordance with the instructions provided. Based on the information provided, the inspection compiler creates a unique ship-specific inspection questionnaire, the Compiled Vessel Inspection Questionnaire, CVIQ. The compiler assesses the vessel type and its inspection history, and then selects questions from the question library based on their risk ranking. All questions require responses on the hardware, process, and human factor elements. These responses will be graduated and supported with documentary evidence. The CVIQ and the information provided through the pre-inspection questionnaire are downloaded to the inspection editor on the inspector's tablet. The expected duration of a Sire 2.0 inspection is spread over the different areas of the vessel to ensure a balanced allocation of questions for each area. A risk-based vessel inspection questionnaire is generated consisting of bespoke, risk-based vessel inspection questions using the bow tie methodology of risk assessment. Questions are comprised of 4 different types. Core: the questions required to satisfy members' fundamental risk assessment criteria. Rotational: the compiled questionnaire ensures that all non-core questions are covered over a period of time, and that each inspection template is designed for a defined duration. Conditional: specific questions based on the available data on the vessel, the operator, or the ship type. Campaign: questions based on areas of specific focus that may be identified by OCIMF and its membership and are applied over a limited period. Let's look at how the questions are structured. Each question is assigned one or more response tools to record the outcome of the inspection activity related to the top-level question. Hardware response tool: where a top-level question or supporting guidance refers to vessel structure, machinery, outfitting, or equipment, the hardware response tool is assigned. In most cases, the hardware response tool assigned is binary, since if vessel structure, machinery, outfitting, or equipment inspected under the scope of the top-level question is found to be deficient in any respect, the response is usually negative. Process response tool: where a top-level question or supporting guidance refers to a vessel procedure or documented process, the process response tool is assigned. There are questions where the guidance requires a binary response against a process-based question. In these cases, the response should be based on the top-level question being answered and the instructions provided in the guidance. Most questions that refer to vessel procedures or documents present require a graduated response. Human Response Tool. The Human Response Tool is assigned where a top-level question or supporting guidance refers to the familiarity of vessel staff with a company procedure, process, or with the use or operation of machinery or equipment. Inspectors will consider whether the underlying task or activity was performed in an appropriate manner that is in accordance with company procedures, operating instructions, and/or industry best practice. These response tools may be programmed to require either a binary or a graduated response by the inspector. Where a binary response is required, the well-established Sire yes-no convention is used by providing two options which are phrased to indicate yes or no within the context of the response tool. Where a graduated response is required, specific guidance is provided for each type of response tool. Continuing with the structure of the questions, let's look at what a photograph comparison response tool actually is. Where a top-level question refers to one of the standard photographs provided by the vessel operator prior to the inspection, a photograph comparison tool is assigned. The intention of the photograph questions is to allow the reader of the final report to assess the physical and cosmetic condition of the vessel being inspected, rather than the inspector attempting to make a subjective evaluation during the inspection. If the photograph is not representative of the general area, the inspector will provide photographic evidence along with any comments or observations, highlighting the actual condition of the area represented by the operator-supplied photograph. The contents of a negative observation. A negative observation made in Sire 2.0 is a combination of a subject of concern and a nature of concern. Subject of concern, SOC, is a term used within the inspection editor application to identify what is being reported on. Nature of concern, NOC, a term used within the inspection editor application to identify what has been observed. The use of the EX-Proof tablet allows the inspector to take and provide photographic verification to support their findings. This use of the tablet will be subject to terminal vessel approval. The photograph repository. The vessel operator uploads a defined set of photographs of the vessel to be inspected. These will be used for condition verification by the inspector during the inspection and will be included in the final report for the information of the report recipient. Vessel certificates. The vessel operator uploads vessel certificates applicable to the inspection process from a defined list. The certificates are available to the assigned inspector through the inspection software before the inspection. HVPQ, a questionnaire for documenting and communicating permanent and infrequently changing information about a vessel, its construction, outfitting, and certification. Information from the HVPQ is used to auto-populate some aspects of the inspection report and to manage the assignment of some questions. The crew matrix. The operator maintains a record of the officers and crew on board. This information is available to the inspector before the inspection. Pre-inspection questionnaire, PIQ, an online questionnaire completed by the vessel operator that provides information about the vessel and supplements the information provided in the Harmonized Vessel Particulars Questionnaire, HVPQ. The PIQ is used to gather dynamic information about vessels' operational history and additional static data. This permits the inspection compiler to assign questions when building a bespoke inspection questionnaire for the inspection. Some of the information gathered through the PIQ is inserted into the inspection editor and the final report as information for the inspector and report recipient respectively. The PIQ is not available as a standalone document. In this module, we have looked at benefits of Sire 2.0 to the industry, differences between VIQ7 and Sire 2.0, what questions are included in the inspection, how the questions are structured, contents of a negative observation, operator-supplied content. This brings us to the end of this module, which has briefly introduced us to the components of the Sire 2.0 inspection. Further modules are available that cover other aspects of the Sire 2.0 program. Thank you for watching. Welcome to the Sire 2.0 inspection program and to the second module in this series of short videos. In this module, we will cover the